There you go. There you go. All right. Good morning, everybody. St. Peter's hockey live from Madison. The Madison Badger Classic. St. Peter's got off to a nice start yesterday. This is game number 2. The boys had some fun last night. Played a lot of shinny, did a gift exchange, and they all had a solid breakfast this morning. Kudos to the Holiday Inn Express and Suites with a great breakfast buffet for the boys. There was some omelets. There was biscuits and gravy, bagels, a pancake machine, all the good stuff. So we're back out of here. This is game 2. We have another one this afternoon. Um, looking to trying to get to that outdoor game tomorrow for the championship. Tonight we got Malachi at the center, or this morning, Malachi at the center, Dylan and Wyatt, and then we got Goldie and who's that at the defense? Is that Henry at the defense? That is Henry back there. And of course we got our man, Mr. Drew, in goal. Dylan's out on the break here. We're playing a team from Dubuque, Iowa, the Dubuque White Saints. Not sure how far Dubuque is, but we're going here. And there's Dylan. Dylan with a nice take here. Dubuque got a win last night, 6-1 to start their tournament off. So this should be a good competitive game. And it looks like they've iced the puck here, and it's back to icing. It's a cool day here in Madison, so we're lucky to be indoors. The other St. Peter's team is actually about to start their game outdoor in the rink, and it is cold out there, as you would expect in February in Madison. There's Peebs on the face-off. Dewey goes into the corner to take it. Peebs with a centering pass to Sawyer gets intercepted by the Saints. We also have Tristan and Huddy on the defense right now after that line change. And Drew gets a little turn to the side, a little early action for Drew. Peebs with a nice hit here, and then Huddy's taking it across the middle, and Huddy's going to take it out of the zone. Huddy putting on some speed here down the side. And he takes it deep. Peebs does a good job covering the defensive spot. And he looks to keep it in the zone, but it gets intercepted by the Saints. Back to the center. Kind of caught. Sawyer lost his footing there, but Sawyer playing good defense there on the recovery. Good shot. Drew's ready for the challenge. And Huddy wants a whistle. Another quick line change here. We got George and Luke on the defense. Johnny's taking the face-off with Carter and Bryce on the wings. Nice little face-off win by Johnny. And Johnny now pushes out, and Johnny's putting on the speed. Bryce tries to get in there and can't quite do it, but Luke does a great job of keeping it in. Bryce now in the corner, taking on 2 of the Dubuque Saints. Bryce still trying to hammer away at it. And the Saints come away with it and just lift it out as they go off for a line change. Luke's going to take it up here, and he gets it intercepted along the boards. George steps in nicely. Bryce got to be a little stronger on the puck there. Bryce with a good job of making sure that gets out of the zone. Nice clear out by Luke. Just enough to get down there. And now Johnny's putting the pressure on, and there's a steal by Carter. Carter with a shot, saved by the keeper with the blocker. And Johnny's laying in the crease. So I think they blow the whistle there. Bryce. And Dubuque's got some good support down there, and the looks like maybe some older kids banging on the glass, cheering on Dubuque. Another quick line change for St. Peter's to keep the legs fresh here today. We have 2 games. Oh, great shot by Goldie from the point. That got a little bit of a tip. Henry passing it over to Wyatt. Wyatt gets it knocked away, but Goldie's there to pick it up. And Goldie with a nice move along the boards to get through two guys and a third guy. Dylan sends it deep into the zone. Malachi now on the forecheck. Henry keeps it in. Dylan's got it. Dylan had 2 goals yesterday, trying to keep the goals scoring going for himself here. Malachi falls to the ice. Dylan tries to get it, but he gets moved away. Dubuque coming out with it. Coming down nicely down that left wing. Nice little pass back there by Dubuque. Nice save. And wow, Henry with a nice job knocking that away. Drew was up to the challenge, but Henry also helped out big time there. Great work by Henry. Dubuque circles back with the puck. And that we had to be careful there. That could have been too many men on the ice. It's almost like they tried to draw that penalty. Huddy gets back now with it. And Huddy gets it up. Nice little bank pass over to Dewey. And now Sawyer trying to work on the puck. Dubuque falls to the ice. Sawyer going to make sure he's got to get this out of the zone. And they got it out of the zone. Good job by Peebs to get that out. Sends it in. There's a shot. And Drew decides to cover to get a whistle. 7:43 to go in the first period. No score. Looks like the teams are still trying to wake up a little bit on this morning game. There's a slap shot from the point from Dubuque. Nice block there, and there is Drew ready to make the cover. Tristan quickly cleared out a player that got his stick there on Drew. Protecting the goaltender. Nice face-off win for Peebs. Dewey goes over there. Dewey does a good job getting that out of the zone. Here comes Peebs up the ice. He's got Sawyer to his side. Dewey right behind him. The cross in front. Sawyer! Saved by the goalie. Great shot there. Great save by the keeper. Sawyer putting the pressure on. Tristan keeps it in. Tristan with a shot toward the net just wide to the right. It got deflected on the way through. Peebs keeps it deep. And centering, nobody's there. Dubuque's coming the other way with it. And it's deep in the zone as Dubuque changes up. Jeez, we're flirting with too many men on the ice. And there's a turnover. George back checking. Good back check by George there. That's perfect defense by George. And now George is going to take the steal here. And George turns on the Jets. George, all the way. Nice centering pass, nobody there. St. Peter's finally was able to get a line change. Bryce with a steal along the boards. Bryce stick handling. Great stick handling by Bryce. Oh, what a save by the goalkeeper. Wow. Bryce must have waxed that stick this morning. Great save by the keeper. Got a little chippy there at the end, but that's what Bryce does. So we got Johnny taking the face-off here. Dubuque finishing up their change. 6:11 to go in the first. Johnny keeps that in. Bryce is going to go work it deep. Great job by Johnny to knock that away. Bryce toward the goalkeeper. Johnny's got it. Johnny with the shot. Save again by the keeper. Flicked by Carter and saved again. This keeper is earning his keep today. Really good pressure by St. Peter's here, but the keeper's up to the challenge. Hopefully it's just a matter of time for St. Peter's to put this through. Maybe we could get Huddy out there to go for the post again. Oh, and it goes in. George Sometimes a little deflection helps it out, and George makes this 1-0 St. Peter's. So important to keep putting that puck on the net, and George proves it. Yep. Yep. Great job there by St. Peter's. And Malachi with a nice face-off win, plows right through. Goldie, great job along the boards by Goldie to get it past two players. Dubuque trying to go in the zone, almost offside, so we might have to look at the replay on that one. Oh, Drew again. And now we just got to make sure we get this out of the zone here. Push through. Malachi got it knocked away. Drew's ready. Drew is zoned in today, as he usually is. Good job. Great job by Dylan to get that out of the zone. Now we got a break. We got a 3-on-1. Dylan, Malachi, and Wyatt coming down the middle. Shot by Dylan. Save. Wyatt on the rebound. Another save. Good shot by Dylan there. Malachi battling for the faceoff there. Wyatt gets it back to the point. Here's Goldie. Goldie sends it toward the net. It gets blocked on the way in. Wyatt now has it. Wyatt deep. Dylan on the backside now, getting it back out to Henry at the point. Henry tries to keep it in, but falls down. A Dubuque player steals the puck. Coming in quickly with speed. Goldie's got him, and Goldie with a great block. Goldie had that position perfectly on the defensive side. That puck could not get through, and now we have another break here. Wyatt, Malachi, and Dylan again on the break. Dubuque trying to chase it down. Goes deep, and now Dubuque gets control, and Dubuque starts to move it out. Gets it back to center. Nice shot in by Tristan, and Dylan's going to go back in on the forecheck. Boy, they are pushing Dylan around. They're trying to push him around. Dylan's having none of it. Tristan in the corner. Peebs with it too. Peebs gets it up, and here comes Dewey. Dewey on the rush. Dewey had 2 goals yesterday too. Looking for his third of the tournament. And Dubuque gets it out of the zone. Sawyer does a good job of switching sides. And Tristan recycles. Errant pass there. Here comes Dubuque in. Great job by Tristan to knock him off the puck. And Drew covers up the rolling puck. 3:23 to go in the first. It's 1-0 St. Peter's. St. Peter's wins the faceoff. That was Peebs on the faceoff, winning that faceoff. And here comes Sawyer. George now with it. George had the first goal of the game, and George is moving it up quickly to Peebs. Peebs knocks it deep. Dubuque sends it around, but George is George. I think George was thinking about shooting before he got it on there. There's a turnover, but George with the deflection and then a nice hand-eye coordination there. Nice reception by Peebs there, and he's going to send it all the way. He's going to send it in. Intercepted on the entry pass. There's a deflection. George has it back along the blue line. Makes the move, and Dubuque just sends it deep into the zone. Luke cycling low. And, sends it to Peebs, and it just deflects off Peebs. Good idea by Luke there. It was a hard shot, a hard rocket there, hard for Peebs to receive, but he did get a stick on it to prevent an icing call. 2:23 to go in the first period. Johnny trying to win that faceoff. Wins it back to Henry. Henry with a slapper. Save, turned away by the keeper. Bryce sends it back to Henry. Henry looks to keep it in. He did a great job keeping that in. Still working on keeping it in. Bryce deflects it now, and Dubuque comes away with it. Carter getting on the attack there. Johnny gets the turnover. And now Dubuque comes the other way. Goldie looking to stand him up. Good stick handling through, and he shoots it high and wide. Henry's got control, gets it to Carter. Johnny tries to get it out, and it stays in. It was right along the line. Great job by Dubuque to keep that in the zone. Henry's got it back now. Henry. And there's a steal. Drew is ready with a blocker save. And that's going to get out of the zone. Good job by Goldie there, knocking it away. And now it's deep in for Henry's got it deep. And there's a steal by Carter. And Carter's got the speed. Look at Carter take off. Oh, he has a nice move through. Oh, nice save again by the keeper. Bryce now gets control, gets it to Johnny behind the net. Carter's coming in again. Carter with another steal. And Carter gets knocked to the ground. No call there. The ref says no. Johnny trips. Bryce tries to throw a little body at him. I think Carter might try to go get some revenge here. Carter with a good job, but it's offside. 32 seconds left in the first period. Ooh, that was offside, and we got away with it. So we got away with one there on the offside. For those of you not used to the youth hockey front, those are automatically offside. They can't touch up like they can touch up in the NHL. Dylan's got it in the zone. Wyatt with a nice little pass over to Dylan. 13 seconds. Let's see if we can get a shot toward the net here before the period ends. Dubuque takes it away. Dubuque coming away, 6 seconds to go. Might need to stop this shot from going with 1 second. And Huddy does a great job of denying the shot. After one, it's 1-0, St. Peter's. And now the boys go over to the bench and listen to the words of wisdom from Coach Sevier. So we take a 1-minute intermission here. I'm enjoying my morning Bloody Mary from the bar with Wisconsin vodka. And of course, Wisconsin vodka is made out of cheese. It is. It is vodka. They use cheese to make the vodka. But of course, we're in Wisconsin, so of course that would be the case, right? All right, here we go. About to go with the second period. Let's see how St. Peter starts it off here. Drew skating back towards goal. It looks like we got Peebs at the center, Dewey and Sawyer on the wings. Luke and George flanking the defense. Looks like both these teams only with one goaltender apiece, so they will be going the distance. Very impressive performance by Dubuque's goalie in the first period, and then Drew getting a shutout in the first period for St. Peter's. So let's see what we can do here in the second period. George going over. Luke. Ooh, it looks like the ref keeps it in. He's kind of stuck there on the boards. Peebs comes away with it. And Peebs looks to switch it. Sawyer looking to battle to get that out of the zone. George is going to go deep in the corner. And now it's a break here. Sawyer's coming out, and he's got Peebs coming with him. And he just couldn't control that puck. I heard the players talking about how the ice surface is a little bit choppy and they were having trouble handling the puck yesterday. So we'll see how that pans out here as the weekend progresses, but that might have been why Sawyer didn't keep hold of it. Sawyer with a centering pass. Dewey's in front. Now it's going back to the side. Sawyer, and it's kept in by Luke, and Luke keeps it in again. And now this goes down the ice, and it's not going to be icing. Let's see. Oh, Drew just taps it to George. He wanted to see if Drew was going to take a shot. A nice pass. George finds Peebs. Peebs circles it back. Good idea by Peebs. It was just intercepted, though, by Powell. Powell of the Saints going down. And he works his way past Goldie, and there's a goal for Powell on the Saints. Nice little shifty move past Goldie, and then flicks it to the top left on part of the goal. Right over Drew's blocker, and it's 1-1. And the cheering section for Dubuque is rather rowdy over there. 10:31 to go in the second. Face-off win for Johnny. Back to Henry. Bryce now has it. Bryce is going to take this deep. Bryce working past the slashing stick of a kid and gets a nice centering pass, but it's a little too deep. He needed to skate that, put that one back out in front of the goalie. The goalie had a nice stick down on it. This kid, Powell's coming in again. Nice centering pass. Got all the way through, but nobody was there. And Drew with a nice blocker save. Goldie sends it around. Bryce comes away with it, and he flicks it, and it stays in the zone somehow. Great job by the Saints to keep that in. Johnny out to Bryce. Bryce squeezing along the zone. Johnny coming up. Johnny working it. Johnny gets tripped down, but no call. Bryce comes away with it, though. And Johnny, they're a little bunched out there, but we'll get it together. Saints come away with it. Nice little kick. Bryce gets a stick on it. And a nice little flick to Carter, and just out of the reach of Carter. Carter with it along the... Whoa, Carter gets shouldered down, and there's going to be a penalty on the Saints. Making sure Carter doesn't... We hear Coach Sevier making sure Carter does not retaliate there. He took a nice little elbow shoulder along the boards. Whoa, they put Carter in the box? Wow. Wow, that's a little shocking. Carter gets put in the box. I don't know what for. And the coaches are trying to figure out as well what's happening. I don't understand why. And they are going there. It looks like they're going 5-on-5 here, so it's matching minors. It looks like. I'm gonna go 5-on-5. So Malachi out there with Dylan and Wyatt. Fenders are Huddy and and we got nice little battle in front of the net. That's what you do. You cannot put your stick on our goaltender. And hopefully this is matching minors as well. It doesn't look like it. They're putting Malachi and Huddy in the box. I might have to mute here because this is BS. And my video, they swiped at Drew when he had it covered, and we're defending our goalie, and we get two guys off. That is an absolute terrible call by the officials here. And Coach Sevier is not happy one bit, nor should he be. That is. The ref is just saying that it's okay to whack at the goalie afterwards. So we'll see if St. Peter's tries to do the same. I doubt we will because we don't play like that. Dubuque on the penalty. Nice job by George. Peebs gets over and gets it out of the zone. Great job by Peebs. Forcing not a great pass, and Peebs working hard out there. Great job, Peebs. Here comes the Saints. We got George, Peebs, and Luke out there. Shoots it wide. Here comes Luke over, and Peebs smart with the puck. It does get stolen back, but again, George got it out of the way. And Peebs goes Peebs again. Just get it out, George. That got out of the zone, and he did call it. That was out of the zone, so 42 seconds to go on the power play, 8:10 to go in the period. This is a two-man advantage. Now we got Bryce, Goldie, and Henry out there on the penalty kill. Goldie gets over there. Bryce steals it away. Great play by that. So Henry gets it around. Let's see if this gets all the way out. He does keep it in. Bryce tries to get over there. It's deflected in front, and Drew with a nice cover. St. Peter's trying to kill off this minute and a half two-man advantage. There's 19 seconds to go. The Saints trying to figure out who needs to be on the ice here, and they're very confused. Now nobody wants to take the face-off. There's a shot. Bryce got a little bit of a block on that to force it wide. And Henry, great job getting it out of the zone. A kid takes a dive down, and Henry's battling it in. Still battling. And look at Henry just take this deep, and they killed the penalty off. Back to even strength. St. Peter's with a great job. Goldie in deep now. Goldie with a flick. This back to the point. Here's Malachi with a shot. On. Rebound. Bryce hacking at it. Gets knocked over. And Bryce turns and takes a look at and there is a penalty upcoming. They did call the penalty on the Saints. No, that person didn't call it. He called it from center ice. Very interesting. The female that was right by the play didn't call the penalty, but the guy at center ice did call the penalty. So very interesting that she could not see that right in front of her face, but the other guy did see it. And we do have a power play now. So Johnny's going to take the center here. We got Carter and Bryce on the wings. Huddy and Tristan at the defense here at the points. Good stick on it. Carter gets in the corner and battles. Gets it across, and Bryce just misses. Great pass by Carter across. Bryce with a nice check along the boards. Nice play by Johnny to Carter. Carter with the rip. Save. Bryce bats at it and just misses. Tries to get it in front. Johnny now has it. Johnny to Tristan. Tristan. Shot. Save. Bryce. Save again by the goalie. Holy cow, this goalie is doing a fantastic job. Great pressure by St. Peter's. Really good chances there. We got George and Luke come in out the defense now. Still sticking with Johnny, Carter, and Bryce. 57 to go in the power play. 6:24 to go in the second period. Johnny battling for that face-off. He's going to try to send this around, so George is going to try to get there. It did come out, so they'll have to quickly get out of the zone and cycle back. So George to Luke. Luke gets it stolen, but Luke gets it back, and it's offsides on the Saints. Now St. Peter's to get a quick line change here, get some fresh legs out on the ice. Dewey, Sawyer, and Peebs out there. Luke gets it up to Sawyer. Oh, just under Sawyer's stick, but Sawyer's going to go try to chase this down. And it is turned over. Dewey. Oh, Dewey almost had a nice steal there by Dewey. Just bounced off his stick. Sawyer. Dewey knocks it. Sawyer's got it. And Sawyer sends it deep. So let's see if St. Peter's can pin this in. Peebs is rushing to the corner. He gets a hold of it. Sawyer with it. Sawyer sends it toward the front. Peebs is right there and knocked away. And the power play is about to elapse here. And we're back to even strength. Peebs. Oh, some kid runs into Peebs and then falls down. Don't really want to run into Peebs. You'll bounce right off him. He's a strong kid. He's strong on the puck, too. And now he takes a shot. It's nice save by the keeper. Boy, this goaltender is really seeing the puck well. And he's waving off that icing. Yep. Very interesting wave off there. Look at, here's Peebs out deep. And it's not. Peebs again knocks it away. Peebs is having a really strong game. And now he's calling a penalty on. And it looks like St. Peter's is going to get another power play, maybe? And we are. Peebs draws the penalty, 4:38 to go. And see, when you work hard like Peebs is doing, he's irritating the other team, and they're going to get penalties on him. Great work by Peebs. 4:38 to go. It'll be a minute and a half power play. Malachi, Dillon, and Wyatt out on the forwards. Goldie and Henry on the defense. Goldie, great pass over to Henry. Henry's got a wicked shot. Hit the net. Over the net. Henry's just got to bring that down and get it on net. He's got a strong shot. Dillon's got it. Dillon with the shot. Glove. Save. Good shot by Dillon there. 1:14 to go on the power play. Good face-off win, and it just gets past Goldie. Struggling to get it out of the zone here on the power play. Dillon's digging for it. Goldie's digging for it. Henry off the leg of Malachi. And now the Saints are looking to turn it up. Goldie. Good job by Henry to come over. Wyatt. And it's kept in again by the Saints. Oh, and I don't know what that was. I think he tripped over the something. Great battle by Henry along the boards to get that puck out. But we are on the power play. We got to try to get possession of the puck here. Dubuque has done a really good job of killing off this penalty. And now Henry's skating out with it. Henry's got it. Henry looks like he's run out of legs here. But he's still moving. And now he just knocks it in deep. See if Dillon can. He gets it past Dillon. Going in, saved by Drew. And works through. Bryce has it worked along the boards. Bryce up to Carter. He's got Johnny with him. Carter skates around him. He's got Johnny with him. Johnny in front. Oh, great job by the goalie again. Great pass by Carter. Carter and Johnny. And Johnny gets tripped, no call. Bryce now getting over to the corner. He's got Carter in front. Over to Carter. Another stick by the goalie. Wow. And Drew takes the cover. 2:12 to go in the second. Face-off win for Dubuque, but Carter comes through. Carter with a great job to try to press that puck out of the zone. Here's Huddy. Huddy deep behind the net, battling. Huddy with a nice play out to Bryce. Up deflection. Here's Johnny. Oh, he sends it a little too far. And that's going to be icing with 1:48 to go. And the Saints fans are chanting, "Let's go Saints." They are it's like a student section or supporters section here. Johnny squeezing through. Johnny all the way through. Bryce tries to send it and a save again by the goalie. It was a little out of the reach of Bryce. I feel like it's just a matter of time with this line. They're really putting the pressure on. Here comes Peeves back on the ice with Sawyer and Dewey. George and Luke on the defense. Peeves with a nice back this way. Here, see if George can keep that in. George does. And George sends it back deep behind the net. Peeves battling again. Here's Dewey. Dewey with a steal. Dewey's got it. Oh, Dewey turns it over, but Sawyer's going to try to win it back. Sawyer, good pressure by Sawyer. It just gets out of the zone, though. And this is deep. Deep in the zone. St. Peter's trying to get some forecheck on. He's going back to Peeves. George is going to maybe try to hold this in. Nice little pressure by Sawyer. We got 50 seconds to go in the second period. 1-1 here. George has it. George flicks it ahead, and it's just in between Peeves, but it's on goal. And this could result in a faceoff. It does. 39 seconds to go. Going to bring on Malachi, Wyatt, and Dylan. George and Luke stay on the defense here. Win by Malachi, back to Dylan. Dylan's got it. Dylan gets it knocked away. Took about two guys to get it away from Dylan. Malachi with a nice steal. It gets blocked, but here's George. George rips it just wide. Malachi got the rebound. Back to Luke. Luke rips it toward the net. Deflected by Wyatt and just not quite through. 17 seconds to go. George is going to try to keep this in. He does. George spins. Oh, just wide. 7 seconds. If we can get it toward the net, we might have a chance here. Malachi takes it into the corner. Gets it toward the front. Oh, my goodness. The goalie comes out and intercepts that. Woo. 1-1 after 2. Very even matchup here. We got a close-up here of Coach Severe telling the kids what needs to be done in this third period. I think Alex would like to do it, right? Maybe later we'll go down in the bench in between periods and talk to. We have Goldies over there. We got Alex. Maybe they could do an interview in the intermission. Oh, the Dubuque Saints are going behind the goal now with their rowdiness. St. Peter's coming out for the third period. What? All right. Drew's out again for the third period, of course. We're also going to start with Goldie and Henry on our defense. Johnny's on the center with Carter and Bryce on the wings to start our third period. 12 minutes of hockey to go in this morning tilt in Madison. Badger Classic 2026. Bryce knocks it away. Goldies chases him into the corner. They send it behind the Saints send it behind the net. Henry's coming over. There's nobody back at the point, so now let's see if Bryce can try to get this. He stopped, but Carter with the steal. Carter's in the zone. Carter sends it toward the center. It's intercepted by the Saints. Now he takes it behind the net, but Johnny and Carter add the pressure. Saints with a nice job getting out from behind the net. Deflected by Goldie. Henry whiffs, but then gets it over to Bryce. Here comes Bryce, 3-on-2 with Johnny and Carter. And he gets it knocked away. Let's see if he can get it toward the front. He still has it, battles back. Gets it toward the front to Carter, and Carter just trickles past his stick. There's a nice pass out. Henry's going to have to, good position here, forces it wide. Henry behind the net. Sends it over. Nobody was over there. Somebody's got to step over, and it's off the side of the net. Drew was hugging that post. Back to the point. Bryce puts the pressure on, and now Johnny gets it. Johnny up the boards. What happened? What happened? I missed it. Oh. Bryce might have actually hit that with a high stick. All right, line change up. We got Huddy and Tristan on the defense. We got Dewey, Sawyer, and Peebs. Good job by Sawyer along the boards there. Really important that St. Peter's make sure they get it out of the zone, and Sawyer does a great job there of getting it out of the zone. Peebs over there, great job. Huddy's got it head up as usual, and he gets it out of the zone. Huddy's got it again. Huddy gets it out of the zone again. Here's Dewey over to Sawyer. Sawyer, but Dewey's right there. Dewey now gets it deep. Peebs is going to go work behind the net. And Peebs deflects the pass. Let's see if they can keep this in. Huddy does a great job of keeping it in. Look at the stick handling by Huddy. Keeping it in. It's in front. Peebs, the goalie's sprawling and still knocks it away. Peebs is all over the net there. He's battling in the corner for it. Sends it back across. The goalie lost his stick and just got it back. Sawyer's got it now, and he gets it intercepted. Dubuque's coming down. Tristan with a great job. And Tristan, again, forces it wide. Huddy makes sure he gets it out of the zone. Great job. Peebs goes around. And there's a trip. And they missed that call. That was an clear and obvious trip that the ref said no. But they don't call all of them. I think they looked at each other and decided that neither one wanted to call it. Huddy's got it, and he tries to flick it up. Now he's got to come over because that shot's wide. Malachi pushes it up to Wyatt, but the puck stays in. George has it. Oh, George, and she almost blew the whistle on a loose puck. There goes Wyatt. Wyatt with Malachi. George, skates it past George. Great job by Luke to come over. Our defense does a really good job at covering for each other. Really good job coming over. Malachi's going to get this out of the zone. Carter putting pressure on. And Malachi with the steal in the center. Malachi just wide. Here's Carter deep. Carter in front. Malachi's right there and just couldn't get a stick on the puck. And the Saints have to ice it. 7:48 to go in the third period, 1-1. I feel a goal coming on here. I feel a goal. Yeah, I do. I feel a Johnny Thompson goal. If Johnny does score here, you may hear his mom cheer very loud right next to me. Goldie keeps it in. Great job by Goldie along the boards to Carter. Let's see. Goldie again by the boards. Carter keeps it in. And then Goldie sends it deeper. Great job by Carter and Goldie along the boards there to keep that in. Henry keeps it in now. And Johnny gets possession to Henry, to Bryce. Bryce to Carter. Carter. Oh, just wide. Bryce is going to try to wrap it around, and it's saved. Good puck movement there. All 5 of the St. Peter's players touched the puck in that zone right there. That was great passing, great work along the boards. Won by the Saints on the faceoff. Takes it behind the net. Tries to lift it out, and it does get out. And this puck is rolling. Goldie hustling back. Great hustle by Goldie to get back there. And look at Goldie turning on the Jets up the boards. Kicks it to himself. Look at the speed by Goldie, and he gets tripped and draws a penalty. Great work by Goldie. Great job by Goldie to take that from not only behind the net all the way up the boards and draw the penalty. So with 6:48, St. Peter's is going to go on the power play with Peebs, Sawyer, and Dewey. Huddy and Tristan on the defense. Let's see if St. Peter's can get their second goal here. I don't think Peebs liked where that puck was dropped. And now Tristan. Nice heads-up play by Tristan. Over to Dewey. Dewey slides it past. Knocks it deep. This could be dangerous here for the Saints. They knock it deep in the zone. Good forecheck here by Sawyer. Nice play by the Saints, though, to get it up. But Peebs is working hard again. Here's Huddy. Huddy coming in. Huddy has an idea, but it's just wide. There's a deflection in front, and it goes just wide. Now let's see if Huddy's got it at the point. Huddy's going to take that slap shot, and it's just wide. So he got one slap shot, which was requested by his dad. So it does show that sometimes our kids do listen to us. Huddy gets it deep. Peebs into the corner. Over to Sawyer. Sawyer to Dewey! Dewey! Oh, man, what a pass. What a great chance for St. Peter's. Tristan with the shot through. And, Sawyer was ready for a rebound, but the goalie covered it up. Wow. 10 seconds to go in the penalty. 5:27 to go in the third. It's 1-1. Gotta take my hat off to this goaltender. He has done a fantastic job. And I know we should have 5 or 6 goals. But this goalie has been fantastic. You might have to bring him onto the U.S. Olympic team very quick during the Olympics. Yeah, I think he's actually looking better than Bennington these days. So Bennington already. Oh, Wyatt just wide. Malachi now. Malachi back to George. George sends it toward the net. Glove save. Again, the goalie saying no. .505 to go. Malachi working toward the front, and it's covered again. The scoreboard does not track shots here, but I would love to see how many shots we've had on this goaltender. We've had a lot. There's a spot for shots on the goal. Oh, boy. Malachi is going to get called for a penalty here. And let's hope it's only a minute and a half. That was a pretty hard collision into the corner there. And let's hope the Dubuque Saints player is okay. And he's up to his knees. It looks like he's maybe just got the wind knocked out of him. He's holding his stomach there, but he looks to be okay. There's 4:52 to go. Let's see what the refs are talking it over. And we'll see what they come up with here. It's going to be a power play, and they are going to give there's going to be a penalty and a misconduct penalty here, as Wyatt's going to go serve the minor. So Wyatt's going to serve the 1.5, and Malachi will be in the box likely for the rest of the game. Is that how it usually works, Brian? Where he's likely going to get a 10-minute misconduct or so, which puts him in the box the rest of the game, but Wyatt will serve the 1.5 penalty. So it'll be a power play for Dubuque here with 4:52 to go. I saw them touching the head, so I think they were a little bit worried about him hitting the head. So it is a 1.5 plus some sort of misconduct. Nice face-off win. Johnny, George, Bryce, Luke. Great job by George. Smart play by George there just to get that out deep. Luke's got his back. Luke. Good save by Drew. Great job by Drew. 1:11 to go in the power play. Dubuque wins the faceoff. Johnny's going to put some pressure on the point here and forces it deep. Great job by Luke. It's out in front. Luke's got it now. Got to first make sure we get it out, and he does. Great job. Johnny's going to put the pressure on here. And let's see. There's a lot of open space here for Dubuque. We got to step up on him. Good block by Luke. Bryce kicks it over to the side. Bryce battling in the corner. I can't really see what's going on over there, so my vision is blocked. Uh-oh, no. And it's blocked away, and here's George. George up to Bryce. Hits the back of Bryce's stick, but here's Johnny. Johnny working along the boards, and Johnny gets his head hit into the boards, and no call. Looks for the call. Not sure how that was not called, but we'll see. Carter with a great job up to Peebs. Peebs very strong on the puck. I mean, this kid's whacking him with the stick, and he's still doing a great job with it. The power play is over. There's 3 minutes to go. Carter is deep in the zone here. Peebs has got the puck. It's up in the air. Oh, my gosh, it came right up in front. Peebs knocked it straight up in the air. And it is 2:59 to go, and the goalie is there again. It's like we got Johnny out there with Sawyer and Peebs. Johnny's going to go into the corner. Good hustle by Johnny to get that in the corner, and he gets knocked over. Now we got a power play for St. Peter's. Great job by Johnny. And St. Peter's gets a 1.5 on the power play with 2:49 to go in the third. Let's see if they can put one in the net here to take the victory. Peebs, Johnny, and Sawyer with Henry and Goldie. Nice win by Peebs. Johnny battling for it. Ties him up. Here's Peebs with it. Peebs has a chance. Oh, just wide. Johnny gets to it. Sawyer's now got it. It's a battle for it. Johnny's got it. Johnny with a shot. Johnny scores! A power play goal with 2:33 to go, and St. Peter's takes a 2-1 lead. Great shot by Johnny. Johnny's mom called that one, that he was going to score a goal. Kristen did. Kristen said Johnny Thompson goal. See, 2:33. So let's see if St. Peter's can not lock it down here. Carter with, Wyatt's going to go in now. He's got Dewey with him. Dewey, save, loose. Dewey's still playing it from his stomach. Goldie's going to keep this in on the corner. Goldie keeps it in. Now Carter keeps it in. Carter trying to use his feet to kick that along. There's a stick down on the ice. Goldie, great job working it through. Wyatt. Oh, gets a shot blocked, and the goalie makes the save. St. Peter's keeping the pressure on. There's 1:56 to go. Got different, with Malachi in the box, they have different line combinations out there. This will be Bryce, Johnny, and Dylan with Tristan and Huddy. Tristan and Huddy have played together the whole game at this defensive pair. We got Dylan out there on the right wing now with Johnny and Bryce. Huddy's smart with it. He just gets it out. Bryce kicks it. Bryce is going to go with this. Bryce over to Johnny. Dylan. Oh, a blocker save. Dylan and Johnny battling deep. Huddy, Tristan, and Bryce staying back a little bit to put the extra kicked out. Good kick save by Drew. 1:18 to go. Good job by Huddy along the boards. Johnny gets it out. Great job by Johnny and Huddy to make sure that puck gets out of the zone. And great job. Peeps comes right on. Here goes Tristan. Tristan up to Peebs. Knocked away. Let's see. 52 seconds. Let's see if Dubuque pulls the goaltender. Knocked away in the center by Dylan. Here's Peebs, not allowing the goalie to get out. Peebs gets it deep. Sawyer's still down there. Carter battling. Carter knocks it away. Down to 31 seconds to go in the third period. That puck, Luke is really skating hard at that puck. Sawyer keeps it in. Luke keeps it in. Great job by St. Peter's to keep it in the Dubuque end. 18 seconds to go. This guy trying, runs over Carter, and there is no call there. And Drew gets the cover. I don't understand how that didn't get called, but Carter took his opportunity to make sure that stick wasn't going to get near Drew. There's 7 seconds to go. The net is empty for Dubuque. They're going to bring on the 6th attacker. We have Johnny, Wyatt. Johnny's going to try to win this all-important face-off here. Dewey's out there. George out there, too. Won by Dubuque. Back to the point. It's deflected, and it's low. And the period ends, and the game ends. St. Peter's with a well-deserved 2-1 victory. Excellent job by Drew. Excellent job by all the boys. Great, really big shout out to that Dubuque goalie. He did a fantastic job. So a great game, well deserved. I have a feeling we might be seeing this team outdoors tomorrow morning, or midday tomorrow, noon tomorrow. Um, this should put this victory does put St. Peter's in the championship game tomorrow at 12 o'clock. So we will be outdoors, outside for the championship tomorrow. I think we likely will play this team. Um, this was a very good team, a good even matchup. So looking forward to that match tomorrow. But we have another one this afternoon. We have a game against HE something. They're from somewhere near Chicago, from what I understand. The Wolfpack. We're going to play the Wolfpack somewhere near Chicago, from what I understand. And we will be on the ice at 3:25 Central. That's 4:25 for you, those of you on the East Coast. And we will be at the same place and inside this beautiful new facility in DeForest Yards.